Okay, guys, buckle up, jackasses. I have a special edition video for you guys here, and I'm going to go through some of the reasons why I hate each and every single one of you and some of the reasons why I hate the players on your teams. So I'm going to pick two players from each of your teams. So I'm going to start with you individually. Let's go with Jared first. Jared doesn't think, period. I don't know if there's a brain in his head. I mean, just today, he alerted the first place team in the league that they made a mistake, allowing him to correct it by picking up a much better defense. What was the angle here? Jared he's so prideful that anytime he might think he got one over on someone, he has to let you know right away without thinking about it at all. Extremely stupid to help the first place team in the league. Jared has managed to accomplish it twice in a span of a couple weeks. If you can't stop helping out Joe, I'm going to have to put you in timeout, Jared. Get it together. Stop helping out Joe. Okay? Now, on to the players on Jared's team that I hate. I hate Calvin Ridley. I think he's a fraud. I think he got garbage time yardage this week against a terrible defense, but he basically needs Julio Jones out there to be successful, or he's not. I mean, he obviously can't handle getting the attention of the defense. I hate how my fucking hair is sticking up like this. Just awful. So Miami Dolphins, the defense. So I'm going to say the entire team. I hate the entire team. Do I really need to explain this? These assholes can't figure out if they're contending or rolling over. Screw the Dolphins and screw all their fans. Now, John Vetri, what's to say? You don't care about this season, and because you don't, you're likely to be hearing from Reese a lot about helping his team, which, of course, you've already shown you're more than willing to just bend over and take it from Reese. Both of you guys need to have some integrity and realize that even if you don't care, there are people that do. So just, try not to screw up the entire league. That's all I'm asking, just with your nonsense. So players, Zeke, no explanation needed. Zach Ertz, seriously, is there a more overrated tight end in football history than Zach Ertz? I mean, he has to get 7 or 8 injuries to all the other offensive players on the team. Then he'll get 150 targets. He'll turn into 800 yards and 6 touchdowns. And Eagles fans are like, oh, tight end. No, he's not. He's a pile of shit, and so are Eagles fans. So there you go. It hurts to even talk about how bad this guy is. We're going to move on to Reese. Now, Reese, you look like a smelly hobo. Non-fitted hats are not meant to be worn backwards. If you're wearing a non-fitted hat backwards, you're a douchebag. So, I guess just keep wearing your douchebag sign. Now, players, CEH. Overrated. If there's one word to use to describe CEH, it's overrated. He's small. He's slow. He has the athletic profile of Amir Abdullah. He really doesn't do anything well. The Chiefs should have taken DeAndre Swift. They should have taken J.K. Dobbins. They should have taken Jonathan Taylor. They should have taken Cam Akers. All of those guys are better than CEH. So I think that next time, don't give Pat Mahomes a call and ask him to evaluate talent. He's a 24-year-old that's never evaluated talent in his life, you dumbasses. What the hell is the GM even for? In fact, I hate the whole Chiefs organization for calling Pat Mahomes on that bullshit. That was crap. Instead of having Swift or Dobbins, they have this Damian Williams wannabe who's basically Damian Williams light. Damian Williams does everything better than CEH, and he'll probably take the job from him next season. Now, Josh Jacobs is my other guy here. Don't let the fact that this turd got into the end zone twice last week fool you. This guy sucks. He's overrated as all hell. Reese will be sending out offers all over the league to try and get rid of this bum for premium value, I might add. He's not going to find any takers, so I'm sure Reese and John will come together on something that sends Zeke or Miles Sanders over to Reese for the aforementioned shithead Jacobs. Now, this one's kind of a special one. Tony Sr. Every time somebody does a trade when they happen to be playing you, you're crying into your cat sweater. It's absolutely ridiculous. Get over yourself. You need to realize these trades are not about you. It's about making the other teams better. We're trying to make our teams better. We don't look at who we're playing this week before we're trying to make our team better. We're always trying to make our team better, you dope. Now, so you need to go drink a few Zimas, pet Princess the cat, whatever you have to do to get through this. But stop crying, man. It's enough with the crying. So the players I hate on your team, Darrell Henderson, we can't figure out what the hell the Rams are doing. We don't know if this guy's a playable running back or not. It's just impossible to figure out. It's a 3-man committee, and it's like every other week it's somebody different. Now, of course, you know that the guy I'm going to talk about from your team is Aaron Rodgers. This guy beat up on 4 of the worst pass defenses in the NFL so far, the Vikings, Lions, Saints, and Falcons, and he's running around in interviews talking about how great he is. He is the biggest front-running jackass in the history of football. And the day he moves on from the Green Bay Packers, all you hypocrite, lying-ass Packer fans are going to be saying the same thing. Aaron Rodgers is a jerk, and he's still not that good. I don't care that he beat up on 4 super shitty pass defenses. Let's see what he does when he has to go to Chicago and play the Bears. How's that sound? Yeah, the same Bears that just beat the shit out of Tom Brady. Now, on to Joe. Joe, you overanalyze everything. You don't really have any clue what you're doing. So I'm not sure how you manage to overanalyze, but you do. You're in first place by sheer luck and by Jared basically shoving a rocket up your butt and propelling you up to first place. You're a C-plus player. You're not a real title threat. Over the course of the season, if Jared stops helping you, you're not going to win anything. So players, Kyler Murray and Amari Cooper, I'll lump them together. You're both awful, overrated bums. Kyler is horribly inaccurate, repeatedly relies on his insanely underrated wide receiver core to bail him out time and time again. Kyler Murray's a shithead. Amari Cooper's at best the 3rd best wideout on his team, but for some reason, Mike the retard McCarthy decides to keep throwing him the ball. Amari Cooper's never open. When he is, he drops the ball most of the time. Terrible players, Kyler Murray and Amari Cooper. Now on to Justin. You know, it was tough to find something that I really hate about you, Justin. You really are a good guy. But you do smell like cabbage and you look like a villain from Shrek. I can say that because I am indeed Shrek himself, but with a lovely beard. I'm even wearing the green. So players that I hate on Justin's team, Joe Mixon. Obviously, I hate Joe Mixon. He's had one good week this entire season, and it was against me. So, of course, I hate him. I also hate how he was all over social media last week talking about how awesome he is. He had one good game against the Jags, and he was talking all this shit. Where's the talking now, Joe? Took you 30 touches, and you still didn't get 100 yards, you piece of crap. Joe Mixon sucks. He's a terrible running back, and I can't wait to watch him rot away on Justin's loser of a team for the rest of the season. Now, I'm going to take your request here. Leonard Fournette, what does this guy do well? Can anybody tell me? And you better not say he does something well on the football field because he doesn't. Don't bullshit me. All right? You have to search long and hard to find something that Leonard Fournette does well. I don't even understand why you're still rostering him. Before the season started, I offered you James Robinson straight across, and you rejected it and said it was a bad offer. It was a bad offer for me. That was a terrible offer for me. I don't know what I was thinking. Leonard Fournette sucks. But look, at least you bent Reese over on that Dak and Michael Thomas for Carson and Thielen deal. All kidding aside, that was some solid work. Now, on to Tony Jr. If anybody ever scores a touchdown on Junior's team, that's it. They're never leaving his team, and he's probably going to draft that guy year after year after year until they die. Tony's had 20-plus years in this league. He's only won 2 titles. It's 22, 23 years, 2 titles, and he still refuses to adapt. And then he wonders why he's not in the playoff hunt most years. So truly remarkable, just the absolute stubbornness to adjusting. Players I hate on your team, David Johnson. I just hate how he gets hyped every year. I mean, he's not a bad guy, but he is a bad running back, and everybody hypes him up like he's some sort of megastar. He's not. Matt Ryan. What is wrong with Matt Ryan? He has no arm strength left. Basically, without Julio, this guy is unrosterable. when you look at the lack of arm strength, combined with the fact that we've never seen Tony and Matt Ryan together in the same room and they look just alike, I think Tony is Matt Ryan. I'm just going to call it. Tony is Matt Ryan. And if that is the case, stop being an asshole. Throw Julio the ball in the end zone, okay? I don't know why you hate giving Julio the ball in the end zone so much, but get him the ball, okay? Last and definitely least, I got Steve here. So, look, at this particular moment, Steve, you're not in the circle of hate. At least you beat Jared this week. You doled out the punishment that he deserves for continually helping Joe like an absolute idiot. I'm sure you'll find your way back to the circle of hatred shortly. From cheering on injured players to making insults about family members, there's truly no bar too low for the golden douche. Now, players I hate on Steve's team, Hayden Hurst. I hated the offseason hype. I said it was bullshit. I was right. Hayden Hurst sucks. David Montgomery, because he is murdering my Bears offense with his shittiness. This guy is absolutely awful. And for some reason, Steve thinks he's the second coming of Alvin Kamara. That's all I've got for you guys. I hope you hated this video as much as I hate all your players. Suck it, you chumps.